Hello, this is Anime Vision, and welcome to MHA Apocalypse Part 6. I actually did the intro right this time, and I just realized by saying that I kind of messed it up. Wow, I'm stuck. But, well, you know what, I think I just realized I haven't done a 300 subscriber special. Okay, I guess I'll talk more about that at the end of the video then, if I remember. But, yeah. Now they start barking. Been out here for a solid 2 minutes. No, 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 no. Exactly. Back away. When your dog tries to bite you, it's a very simple fix. Just, ow, stupid dog. Guy's vengeance. Okay. What a horrible start to this video. Okay, but, seriously though. Now into the video. So, Deku, he wakes up in this warehouse. There's dead bodies all around. He's realized that he's actually killed humans. This is the first time that this has happened. So he's kind of distraught. Now, he kind of stays there for a few days, taking their supplies and giving them, putting them in semis. Or, as many trucks as possible. He fills up, 3 of the semis that were there. And every day for about, let's say, a week, Deku, he proceeds to keep on dropping off supplies to the farm. He even goes out of his way to find apples for Eri. But all he found was candy apples. All the other stuff has rotted by this point. Or the fresh stuff has been looted. No, he did manage to find one bag of fresh apples. He managed to fill up one bag full of fresh apples. The rest are candy apples, since those will last longer. So he leaves a note saying, every time he leaves a note on a post-it note saying, "I'm sorry." But this time he left a note on the apples saying, "Just for the kids." Everyone was kind of confused. They're very confused about the entire thing. But after seeing that, they kind of realized this person has inside information about this. Well, there's really only one other person that knows. There's kids there. And that one other person is the person that dropped off Eri. Because he's the one that dropped her off. You didn't know. But he was told that he was bit and he was in a horrible condition in the first place. So they kind of rule him out immediately. So they're kind of wondering how this guy, or her girl, whoever, has inside information. So this kind of worries everyone. Everyone has a slightly different opinion. They're all extremely happy, especially that they're getting a flow in of supplies. And they can divide food more easily. Because yes, they were given guns. Because Deku looted the bodies of them. They're also given tons of ammo. and generally building supplies. They may not be getting much food. Like generally the only amount of food they really get, well, I really did get, was a few boxes of noodles, a few bottled waters. Not really even that many. Because this warehouse was it was like kind of like Lowe's, but it wasn't a store, it's a warehouse. And it pretty much only has the stuff that those people looted. That was the only food there. But they're getting tons of other supplies, which are very helpful for them. Very. Dog barking. Okay. So, they are getting lots and lots of supplies. Like every day they get a new chunk. And they always see that it's in like the same area. The first time, they have a specific gate. And they have a route to take. Like there's only one gate. That Cementos himself, like Cementos can open an area anywhere in the place, since the wall is made of concrete. But this gate is one area that everyone else can open without destroying the wall. So they leave throughout this gate, and they usually take this one track over to a small town nearby, which is what they've been looting so far. But supplies are running low over there too. But they haven't hit up the warehouse that Deku's in yet, because I heard it was run by like 30 people. So Deku, he pretty much just keeps on dropping them off near locations where he knows they'll go. So they kind of haven't ventured out for a while. They have a steady supply of food. They have maps of areas. They pretty much have it made right now. So they're trying not to venture out as long as they can. Now, Deku, he's kept like one truck for himself, like one truck full of stuff for himself, and he's exhausted all the materials that were in there. He's already dropped them all off around the middle of the second week. So he dropped off his last load and truckload, and he says, this is going to be the last little bit for a while. Hopefully these supplies will help you. Now, everyone's looking, and this amount of supplies is just mostly tools. And pretty much there are some books on how to use them, or like building chairs for dummies or something like that. So there's pretty much just books on how to, tutorial books on how to use them. Hasame just looks at all the stuff that she's been given. She's one of the only support department people there, and she's very vital for all of them. She's making so-called hero suits add, well, kind of resistance to it. Like, to them. Like, it'll be harder for them to bite, or for the infected to bite. Even though they could, even though they're like they could bite through steel, she's developing something. They kidnapped they took one of the infected, and are pretty much testing on what it can bite through. And so far, if it tries its hardest, it can bite through steel. Well, at least, thin bits of it. Slightly thin bits of it. They can't bite through something like an inch thick like that, no. Well, they could wear it down over time if they really wanted to. But in one go, yes, they could bite down quite a bit of metal. So, we're gonna cut to Deku. Deku, he's been working on trying to find a new place to live. Some people are, he overheard, there's been more activity around the area so far. They've realized that the warehouse, no one's in the warehouse anymore, so some people are trying to take it over. And there have been talks about building a wall around the small town. And they've all been talking, and pretty much I don't know, I think I got it. So they've all been talking. Now Deku, let's trail off for a second. So they've been talking about building a wall, but they don't have enough materials. Lightning bug. Keep on coming back to me, I'll name it Jerry. No, bye, Jerry. Talk about random dumb stuff. Okay. But, so Deku, after overhearing about all of the, talk about building the wall and having enough materials, pretty much the survivors there are pretty much all coming together. They're no longer fighting each other like the factions in the city. They're all starting to unite against one enemy. A farm nearby has built a huge wall. They have many supplies. People have scoped it out. And it looks to be very, very promising. They could take it over. They could take out everyone inside and get the supplies for themselves. Anyone with a quirk that could help them survive, they kidnap. Anyone who doesn't have a quirk that would be useful, or that they could exploit, dies. So Deku, he's like, this is he's outward. He's like saying, oh yeah, this is a really good plan. Let's do this. And everyone's like, yeah, like woohoo, let's do it. And Deku in his mind is like, oh no, everyone there is gonna die. So pretty much he puts on he puts on a mask of sorts. Um, pretty much he puts on like an Anbu mask from Naruto. Pretty much puts on that. It's coated in it's coated in steel. And it seems like he pretty much got it off the corpse of a hero. It's just like a hard mask. Covers his face. Well, it covers his entire head. It's like a helmet, actually. Has eyes, has holes where the eyes should be and everything. And even has a respirator in it. Or, a rebreather, I guess. I should say. So Deku's able to go underwater in this, while wearing this mask. And not really have to worry about, oxygen. So, so Deku. He is... That dumb dog better not be doing... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's bad. No, hold on. My dog found a way how to stick his head under the fence. He's escaped 2 times. Ow! Bad dog. He's escaped twice this week. It's just begun. And he's escaped twice. Oh, cool helicopter. I get distracted very easily. Yeah, Deku. He pretty much dons that mask. And he has his survival gear. And pretty much he has a bat with nails in it, like, the classic apocalypse weapon. And he pretty much just takes them all. He just takes them all. The entire time, I just started realizing how much this is gonna take. So. Okay. But the entire time he takes them down, before anyone sees them die, they see just these glowing red eyes. Not the black eye, not the red glowing eyes I mentioned in previous parts, but no, just the red eyes that his eyes are normally. But they glow whenever he activates One for All. They also notice that there's a black and red lightning coming off of them. Though the lightning itself doesn't seem to hurt them. It's just, if they see it, they know they know that they shouldn't mess with them. There's been a few that have survived by escaping, and this is just spreading the rumor. Now, they started giving him the name White Rabbit. White Rabbit, I guess, or come up with a name in the comments. Is that Winter or Fox would be a good idea? I don't know. White Rabbit or Winter Fox. Just come up with a name in the comments. The one I like the most, we put. So come up with a name. The key features to look on are the black and red lightning, white mask, the occasional looking at white hair, and red eyes that glow. So, Deku's heard that they're gonna do an all-out attack. He stopped the smaller groups, but now they're all just kind of unifying. It's getting harder and harder for him to fight them. Every time he comes back to his hideout, which is in the forest, and he pretty much just sleeps in his truck. He's starting to run low on food. He takes supplies from as many supplies as he can from them, but they're usually not even that many he can take with him anyway, while escaping. So, after a month of this, Deku, he finally gets hurt too much. He gets shot 12 times. He manages to pretty much dodge the bullets, kind of. He manages to avoid them getting hit while hitting any vital organs. His regeneration would keep him alive. As long as no vital organs were hit, then he would be good. Because for the irregular infected, it doesn't matter how many times you hit them anywhere else, unless you hit a vital organ enough, or many vital organs. All other damage does not matter. But the fastest way to kill them is hitting them in the head. If you can get their heart stopped, because they are technically alive. It's very, very slow heartbeats. Deku's is just slightly faster than theirs. Now, hold on, I'm gonna go inside real quick. It's getting too dark. Okay. So I'm in a different area now. So, I see. I'm very tired. Let's see. So Deku, he finally gets enough damage. And he has to evacuate. But he managed to only take down 10. Now let me remind you that everyone has a quirk. Everyone has guns. Everyone has weapons that will hurt. Tons of melee weapons. There are people who have quirks that are... Okay, I'm sitting in my closet now, by the way. There are people that are so strong, their quirks are so strong, they don't even need weapons. You know, Deku, he's looked out. Because there haven't been many strong people. His luck ran out. Person with the strength quirk hit him pretty hard. And pretty much everyone with a projectile type quirk, or like a laser shooting quirk, just anything, just started hitting him. People's guns blasted. Deku, he has burns all over. He has broken bones. But adrenaline and, well, his lack of pain and, he still feels pain, but not as much of it. But he managed to escape just because of all the loud noises attracted a horde of the infected. So they started focusing on that instead of him. Now, they decide to, I don't know what could but yeah. So an affected grabs a chunk of Deku's flesh and rips it off. Now Deku, he's extremely injured. He runs over to the area where his truck was and find that all the tires have been shot. There's no way out. So he just books it. He turns on 20%, no actually, 10% one for all, which is the equivalent to 20%. Now, he can only stay like this for a short amount of time. He continues running as fast as he possibly can. The amount of damage has started turning his eye to the black-red color. So he puts on some contacts, and he goes over to where the farm was. He needs help. He finally gets there, and whenever Bakugo, Kirishima, who are stationed there, ask him who he is and why he's here, he just says he needs help. Then he proceeds to pass out right in front of them. Now a couple hours passed, and he's sitting in a cabin. Well, like a room in a cabin. He's in a bed, and there's bandages wrapped around all over him. He then proceeds to kind of freak out a bit. He touches his face and sees there and feels there's no mask. And he goes over into the bathroom and looks in the mirror. He's no longer wearing his contacts. He's dyed his hair. No, hold on, actually, go back. He's still wearing the contacts. Now, never mind. He's not wearing his contacts anymore. Or, yeah, he was never wearing contacts. Okay, shoot. Okay, so he realizes that he's not wearing his mask. And he's in the farm. And he knows he is doomed. Eri runs in and gives him a hug. And then she says thanks for the apples, because she knew who they were from. Because she didn't really believe that he was going to die. She knew that he was alive. Well, felt it. This is when Bakugo and the rest all file in one at a time, each one having a slightly different reaction, but all of them generally the same. Shock. This is when Nezu and Bakugo at the same time pretty much just say, you have a lot of explaining to do. And that's the end of this video. Until next time, sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but haha, so goodbye.